Peonies is what some people call those, or pineys as I grew up knowing them as. So my grandma always called that deadheading them. So you won't see anything out of them till about, around the 4th of July or somewhere along in July. They'll just, overnight, they'll stick up a big, and we have tried everything to get something to grow back in here. You want to make sure you keep those feeders clean, and I change it about every, I don't know, about every week or so. I change the juice in there because it'll kind of get fermented, and that's not good for the birds. So welcome to RC Gardens. Well, hey, it's Rick here, and I just thought I'd give you a little update on the gardens here at the old RC Gardens area. So let's just take a trip down here and look at these old daffodils. Now, if they'll get focused in, there we go. What I like to do with these, I don't like to cut them down until they're brown, but I do keep once they're dried up, I like to clip the heads off of those and then let them sit there and until the rest of it gets brown all the way down before we cut it off, because all that green stuff in there and the moisture and all that and the sun, it's a feeding the bulbs for next year's flowers. So anyway, these are some later irises. They haven't even sent up their shoots yet. These things here are getting ready to bloom. They usually bloom around the 1st of May or so, something like that. Peonies is what some people call those, or pineys as I grew up knowing them as. So let's walk on over here, because the irises are just really pretty. And so one of the things I like to do with these irises is see how this one is already bloomed. So I like to pull him off of there and just throw him down. So yeah, I think those are really pretty. Once they're done blooming like that, I always just pick them off. My grandma always called that deadheading them. So now these back here, those are resurrection lilies or pink ladies, or just several different things. So you won't see anything out of them till about, around the 4th of July or somewhere along in July. They'll just, overnight, they'll stick up a big tall stalk, and it'll have a pink flower on the top of it. Some people call them pink flamingos, just different things. Some more pineys, and this is a big group of those peonies or pineys as well. Now these irises here, those are those little delicate irises. So and they're later, but they're beginning to green up. And then we've got these irises here. I'm going to just back up. I mean, those are really pretty. We get to see those right out of the front of our window, or front window of our house. So those are really pretty. And we have tried everything to get something to grow back in here that has a good smell to it. So it looks like this year, maybe some of it has lived. So we'll see how that goes later on. Looks like some of it's greening up. So, and then this is an iris here. This is a yellow iris. Of course, you can see that. These are some more of those miniature irises, and I believe these are purple. And I can't remember what color these are. But all these are just all different varieties of irises. Now, one thing about irises is you don't want to let them mix. So, in other words, you know, after this year's blooming season, this one's getting a little close to this one. So I'll probably dig some of this up, because I don't want the roots mingling and intertwangling, or whatever you call it. I don't remember the color of this one either, but it's a hybrid. So that's one of the reasons it's later variety on these taller big irises. The hybrids, they usually bloom later. So Here's some more of those resurrection lilies or pink ladies or flamingos or whatever you call them. I hear them called all kinds of things. And then these are up close to the house, so they've been blooming for a while. So, but again, I like to deadhead all that stuff off of there. And so let's walk on over here. I haven't been over here since we got all the rain, and luckily we didn't get the wind because that'll tear them down. So I'm not sure what color of iris these are. I never can remember where all the colors are at. But I do think these are my black ones, I think. Whoops, let me get you down here. Because I know they're a hybrid. That's why they're just now starting to stick up their stalks. Those are really pretty. They're called black, but they're really like a deep, deep purple, but they're very pretty. And then here's some purple ones. These are a later purple variety. This group here, you can see I've already deadheaded those. Those are a purple variety, but they're early. And again, they're getting pretty close to this group. So we don't want any cross mingling of the root system. So I'm going to probably dig some of those up today, and not today, but this year after they're done blooming. And we'll spread them around. So most people anymore don't like this old style plants, stuff like your grandma and your great grandma had, but I do. And so again, these are more of a hybrid, so they're a little later. And I noticed that the honeysuckle is really starting to get ready to bloom, so it won't be long once that blooms. In fact, this hybrid variety here is already blooming. So once it starts blooming, that'll be about the time the hummingbirds will come in. And of course, I cleaned up my feeder and put that out here. You want to make sure you keep those feeders clean, and I change it about every week or so. I change the juice in there because it'll kind of get fermented, and that's not good for the birds. So garden, let's take a peek at the garden. I haven't been out here in a couple of days because it's been rainy and windy, and so let's see what we got here. Well, I can see that the goats are laying down on the job. There's old Billy. No, this is the kid. That's right, here's the kid. Get him down in there. And then Billy over here, he's taking a nap, it looks like. Oh, come on now, let's get up over here and get some work done. Get over there. Anyway, I don't see anything coming up yet. Oh, yeah, I believe I do. This is, get you turned around here. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, it looks like a potato starting to try to come up, and right there too. So that won't be long, and we'll have some potatoes coming up. Oh, I can't hardly get this thing out of there. It swelled up on me, I guess, with the rain. There we go. All right, so we got carrots coming up, and got a weed right there. We need to get out of there. Yeah, I got several weeds, looks like. You get out here and weed this garden a little. Don't take long with the rain. Start getting some weeds and stuff like that. Next week or so, we'll have to get some flowers planted up here where petunias is setting up here. We've got to get some flowers. That's where I like to put my marigolds, because that way they attract all the bugs up there. And so yeah, we got lettuce, and looks like we got some beets coming up there. And that's stuff here is our broccoli. And I'll have to pick lettuce probably tomorrow. We're supposed to maybe get some frost tonight, so I'll probably cover some of this up. This stuff like this is really hardy, but I still will probably come out here with a sheet and cover it up. There's no sense in stunting it. So, and the green onions are really starting to get a little bigger too. So, All right, that's really all I got. I just thought I'd do a little garden update here and show you everything that's going on here in southern Indiana, and hopefully you all were safe and avoided some of the storms. I know it was kind of bad over in Oklahoma and in some areas anyway down in Oklahoma, so, and probably other parts, but you know, we don't get much local news around here. It seems like everything we get around here is news from far away. So anyway, hopefully everybody was safe from the storms, and I guess just get out there and plant something. Remember, food don't come from Walmart. It comes from people that grow it. So anyway, enjoy. Bye.